Site-42 staff, as well as those from the greater SCP Foundation, welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I've got my espresso lemonade. What have you guys got on hand for your caffeination and hydration needs today? As we meet once again, as we have for damn near 2 months in a row daily, to speak about the SCP Foundation regarding the lore, the characters, the researchers and anomalies, the groups of interest, and so on and so forth. Water and ice cream, silent follower. That sounds like what you needed for yesterday. And by the way, good to see you, silent follower, Vox the TV Demon, Lil Ghost Does Stuff, Good Gamer 77. Good to see you guys in the chat. Thank you for being members. Steve and Orion and Dr. Redacted, thank you all for being in the chat, just for being you. This is a coffee break and a short one at that. We've got about 35 minutes to hang out, so that is all we're doing. I've got my database pulled up here. I have got myself situated in the stakeout location. I've got the moderation assist up to help desk. I've got a can of Pepsi and a whole lot of unchecked Spite. Well, look out for the Pepsi man. We already had a problem with him this week. And remember that while I am here, unable to see a secondary monitor, that does mean that if you're going to chat donate less than $5, it doesn't come up, which makes things a little annoying. So if I miss that, I will go back and find it. It's just a matter of it won't pop up on my data pad here. Why is it the same stakeout location? Because I know the layout, I know the people here, I know how to get information. And so I get assigned to this area. Also, I get my choice, and my favorite coffee shop is next door. So I'm the site director, I make the rules. All right, I've checked all the chats. Researcher Fair, good to see you in the chat. If the cure for the pestilence is basically becoming a zombie, couldn't that mean it is something to do with free will? Also, wouldn't 049 think daybreak is a cure? Well, here's your problem with the free will is it can't be that, or at least it has nothing to do with that, because some humans have the pestilence and some don't. If there's a human that doesn't have the pestilence, it can't be free will, unless that person has more or less free will than the person with the pestilence. So in that case, you're not dealing with that as a concept, unless the people it's zombifying are the only ones who are truly free, so to speak. Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a slice of pizza on your way past the commissary. You know who else likes SCP-729-J? My mom. Hey, I may not like the thing, but I think after yesterday's hot chip incident, I seem to be having an easier time with that SCP designation. Nice. I guess if you go through a traumatic event, you might get miscellaneous anomalous meanings now and again. No, that can't be anomalous. Must have just been some sort of psychological effect. I'm not anomalous, so I couldn't have an anomaly. Gamer77, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Doritos on your way past the commissary. What if the pestilence is a desire to hurt people? I mean, doesn't everyone desire to hurt someone at least a little? I mean, everyone's been angry at someone, so that would be, I can't believe that the desire to hurt people are the only people being pestilence. That seems a little amorphous as a pestilence, so to speak, wouldn't you think? Sid, this stream is going on until 1:45 California time. That means we are 37 minutes away from the end of stream. Sean, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Go get yourself some chips and salsa on your way past the commissary. Hello, Doc. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you, too. How did the One Chip Challenge go? I was on kitchen duty and couldn't watch. Well, the VOD is up if you want to see me do the One Chip Challenge yesterday. It is at exactly the 2-hour mark of yesterday's stream. So you can check it there, although I will give you a spoiler. I tanked it like a boss. That's why I'm the site director. Thank you very much. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation of the day. Make sure to grab yourself a mint julep on your way past the commissary. Oh, and as well as being a member, thank you for that as well. Can't stay for long today, going to a car show with my brother. Oh, enjoy the car show. That should be fun. Time to add that moment to the "Is Dr. Sherman really an anomaly" pile. What pile? A pile that is a hole in the ground for how negative the pile is, as there's no evidence whatsoever that I'm anomalous? Yeah, that pile. I understand your meaning. Good evening, Dr. Sherman. I'm going to Georgia on Monday. Time for a stakeout. Oh, all right. Good luck on your traveling mission. I guess the anomaly has got the ability to move for sure. Drowsy, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. I have rehearsal tonight, my second SAT tomorrow morning. Wish me luck. Best of luck for the SAT and break a leg at rehearsal. What are your favorite SCPs? Carl, I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream, which is approximately 35 minutes from now. So, you can hang out then and see it all then, or you could cheat and go back to yesterday's stream and go to the end to see it there, because it is a habit that we go through here. A banana is crawling around my room. What do I do? Researcher error. I don't know bananas to crawl normally, so that must be anomalous in some manner. Are you sure it's a crawling banana? Are you sure it might not be some sort of small creature, a rodent wearing a banana peel, perhaps? I would investigate that first, but if anything, just put a box over it. Take a drawer out of your desk, turn the drawer upside down and make that into a box, and we'll have security come check it out. How have you been since the chip from yesterday? Well, I do not know if you noticed oh, I got the hiccups now. I've been getting that a lot lately. You may have noticed directly after the chip yesterday that seasoning obliterated all of the coating of my throat. So I am a little hoarse today. Nay. But besides one more bout of stomach cramps and what one would expect at the end of the journey of the chip, it was pretty much fine. So yes, great success on the one chip. Gamer, thank you for donating again. I'm an anomaly. Got you to say it. LOL F the EC. Oh, you're the anomaly and that's why I could say it. Huh, really? But I can still say SCP-1762-J. Perhaps the effects of this anomaly are only temporary. Oh, man. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Anyways, about my Ravnica expedition. A weird portal opened and these things, seemingly monstrosities of screaming flesh and metal, came out as if an invading force. Are the Sarkics and the Mechanites working together now? Not in my world they aren't. If they were to team up, it would have to be against something really crazy. And if the flesh and the machinery are in Congress, that would mean some sort of either, I imagine the opposing deity in the rock, paper, scissors there would either be the void nothingness, or some sort of nature, some sort of elemental deity. Because you have the flesh and you have the robotics, the metal, so then you'd have like elemental spirits there. And so I would find out if they are together, what they are together against, because they're not going to team up for no reason. Zero, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of chicken wings on your way past the commissary. Oh, and thank you for being a member as well. Thank you for your service. People who see SCP-096 be like, ... Yes, they will in fact soon be ... if that's the case. Now, if I go to 096 on the database, because of the next donation, Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Choco Taco on your way past the commissary. What happens if SCP-729-J, still interesting to say that cleanly, sees a pic of 096's face? Well, is that in the documentation for the anomaly is my first question. Because there are a lot of anomalies listed here. We cross-test it with 682 even, so... Okay, so the test here with 096 and 729-J is data expunged. We do not know what happened in this test. But the notes from the researcher are, poor 096. No one should be subjected to that cotton-stuffed eldritch horror. Long story short, 096 was in a state where it cared more about getting that piece of redacted out of its containment cell, which is why the incident was concluded with relatively low casualties. At least we know what it looks like. I heard one of the researchers call him hot, and I don't know if that is disturbing or if I agree. Signed, Dr. Seraphim, excerpt from interview with Dr. Redacted. You can't trust these monster fuckers. 096 is hot. Giga Chad 096, you're all fooling yourselves. Ah, 729-J. Still weird. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a... You know what? Grab yourself a sharp knife to stick your eyes out with when you're on your way past the commissary. Hey, doctor, glad you were doing well. Oh, well, now I feel mildly bad for my insulting of you, even though you are that thing, and that thing is that thing regardless. So, but I am doing well, and thank you for your concern. AV Geek, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Slurpee on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, can you explain what SCP-6016 is? I'm in a hotel in Greece and my room number is 6016, so I just figured I've asked. Well, I mean, if you're just curious what it is out of sight, then you can go to the wiki database yourself. It is available to all SCP Foundation staff, which you must be if you are in this stream. SCP-6016 is a thaumaturgic ritual that can only be performed by elephants. Research is to continue regarding any form of magic without human vector. The effects of every instance of the ritual vary, but in general include the following two. Sounds in the area are suppressed, save for those expressing sadness, and various manifestations centering around memory. So this is like an elephant funeral rite, a death ritual, but only if there is a type blue reality bender elephant. So yes, the answer of your question, it's a thaumaturgic ritual that elephants can perform. Glitch VR. I think Gamer77 is right. I mean, didn't SCP-049 say that everyone has the pestilence? I don't remember 049 saying that. And remember, if 049 finds the pestilence in you, it zombifies you. It has a plenty friendly relationship with a lot of Foundation researchers and staff, and it hasn't killed them yet. So, cured them yet. So, I would like to see where this everyone has the pestilence claim came from. Water Wolf, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a flank of beef on your way past the commissary. Can I grab a bowl of SCP-248? I want to work here. 248, you say? $25-page booklet of stickers, each reading 110%. And do you want a bowl of them? We only have 46 more. So no, that is way too much of our supply. Desk is telling me that you corrected yourself to 348. I see. You gotta be careful with your designation numbers. You type one wrong number and you're expecting a bottle of anomalous champagne that gives you time dilation powers, and instead you're getting a bottle of whiskey that gives you skin cancer. You gotta be careful with your number designations, people. So a bowl of some sort of noodle soup. White ceramic bowl, light blue flowers, thinking of you are etched in the bowl. When you are slightly sick, it will fill with soup, and the soup is consistently making people happy. Children who eat from SCP-348 several times often express a feeling of contentment. Okay, you know what? I think I will approve this. I will approve your request. Oh my God, bro, I missed you. Well, JJ Ghost Hunting, good to see you again. Glad you stumbled upon us once again. You may leave the Foundation, but you are never truly gone from us. We always turn up again. Water Wolf. Oh, thank you for donating again to clarify as well. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. Stick an anomalously strong magnet on 096, then turn on another equally powerful electromagnet when someone looks at its face. I wish that magnets were that strong compared to 096's running capability. I mean, at the end of the day, magnets, how do they work, bro? Miracles? If only. 729-J, thank you for donating again. Also, can I use your pen? I have hands. First of all, you can't use my pen, regardless. Second of all, you don't have hands to my knowledge. You having hands is a mutation, and I don't look forward to that. Is your pen an SCP? O5 Council, you're being ridiculous for asking such a question. Pardon my disrespectful language. I, nor my pen, are any form of anomalous. We are just an average SCP Foundation site director, completely normally human, and his completely normally human pen. That is all. I'm a little confused what's happening here. Researcher Gabriel, let me fill you in case this is your first stream with us. I am Dr. Theron Sherman of the SCP Foundation. I am the director of Site 42. I am here during my afternoon coffee break to answer your questions about the SCP Foundation, whether it be the researchers, the anomalies, the groups of interest we compete against, or the outer universal effects of the higher pataphysical layer above us, which is where the authors live and write stories on a creepypasta website called the SCP Wiki. So whether you are interested in in-universe or outer universal lore, I am here to educate. Junior Researcher HLG, how are you doing after the chip? Besides a little hoarseness from the pepper literally just scratching out all of the lining of my throat on the way down, I'm actually doing pretty good today. I made sure to get plenty of sleep. I still ate some more I had some sushi for dinner, so some rice and some miso soup and just something to keep enough food in the stomach to counteract all the poison. Enough carbs and dairy and milk and stuff like that. So honestly, I'm doing pretty good today. Yesterday, I had a little bit of stomach cramping. As you saw in yesterday's stream, I tanked that son of a bitch chip. One chip challenge, done. And if you want to see that, if you missed it yesterday, go to yesterday's stream, the 10-year anniversary of Site 42 birthday stream, and go to exactly the 2-hour mark, because we did it at the 2-hour mark of yesterday's stream. Aether, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of jambalaya on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I just got done with testing and I was curious. If there was a portal to the Helliverse, i.e. Has-Been Hotel, how would the Foundation contain any of the characters that wander through it? So when it comes to portals to anomalous dimensions, we have to consider SCP-3008, which is the Infinite IKEA. You can get to it through only one door to this singular IKEA. You can't even break through the walls. The walls lead to the regular IKEA inside. It's only this one door that acts like a portal. And so obviously we closed the IKEA, condemned it. We took over containment. We put up a checkpoint. And when any anomalous entities try to get out, we shoot them. And so that is mostly how we handle dimensional portals like that. With the Helliverse and their whole assassin league and all this BS I've heard about there, we would have to form deals with the devil, so to speak, that we could make a checkpoint where they could come in and out as long as they agreed to keep the veil intact so people didn't know about the anomalous, unless we could just lock the door on them and shut them down. That would be the most efficient way, is just lock the portal and not let them out. But we'd have to run negotiations like we do with certain groups of interest if there were too many or they were too powerful. Hello from Site 13. Hello, Dr. Giannis. Gamer, thank you for donating again. What if Connor from Containment sees 096? Would 096 just kill him one time? Or what would 096 kill him a bunch of times until it gets tired of it like 682? You're onto something there. 096 would off Connor multiple times. It's just a matter of eventually 096 is going to get annoyed and have its mental breakdown like it did with 682. So yes, because 096 still remembers it, it would be angry about Connor knowing what it looks like. And honestly, I could see in future episodes, every time Connor walks by 096's cell, 096 is just like kind of grumpily looking over at Connor like, you son of a bitch. Because Connor still knows. Water Wolf, thank you for donating again. What do y'all do with undiscovered SCPs? Well, if we've not discovered them, then we're not doing anything with them because we don't have access to them. Once we discover them, they're technically no longer undiscovered. But we catalog them, we research them, we test them, and we put them in a database. Yeah, we add it to the list. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. Apologies for the dumb 096 question. We all wish it was that easy. I know. I was in charge of the recontainment of 173, so I haven't slept for 24 hours. I therefore shall request a cup of pure caffeine from 294. That's intense. Good luck with that. I'm going to stick with my... Oh, correction on my last donation, 294. Thank you for correcting your typo, Dihydrogen. I'm going to enjoy my espresso lemonade over here to caffeinate. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Guess I'll deal with this invasion problem. Voces inanitatos invoco enemigo. Okay, that's a pretty good, what's the phrase I'm looking for? The word poofed out of my head. Someone stole that thought from me. Cognito hazard. Invocation. That's an interesting invocation. That should help with your situation. I mean, good luck. Mechanites and Sarkics in the same place, you're going to have a bad time. Researcher Franco. If I'm the most depressed person in the world and drink clown milk, do I survive? No. No one survives the clown milk. Although you will hit the highest peak of happiness you've ever had right before you perish. So, I mean, I wouldn't suggest it. Love the info, sometimes makes paperwork much easier. Heck yeah. I stole that thought, sorry, I was hungry. Orion, do not steal thoughts from the site director. I don't care if you are a hungry infovore, it is against protocol. Do you have a favorite SCP you research? Isabella, I will tell you my favorite SCPs in approximately 17 minutes because that will be the end of stream. So if you can hang out 17 minutes, I will tell you my favorite SCPs. Dr. Sherman, I just found a new Jesus. Please fill me in, JJ Goes Hunting. What kind of Jesus did you find? Because I would love to add a 5th Jesus to our SCP roster. We already have Bread Jesus, Milk Jesus, aka Jesus, Uber Driver Jesus, and Vor Jesus. So, I mean, what's another one on the stack, really? What kind of Jesus is it? 729-J, thank you for donating again. Everyone go buy some Peep plushies. We do not, I mean, no. No. Because one of them is going to end up being that thing and it's going to ruin a lot of lives. What's the weirdest SCP to you? Researcher Winchell, obviously we're dealing with anomalies, things that don't follow the laws of physics. Therefore, all of them are weird. But for today, you'll find out why that's funny in just a second. For today, the weirdest SCP that I'm going to tell you about is, oh, wait. Copy, paste. SCP-7052 is what I think today's weirdest SCP is. And SCP-7052 comes with an adult content warning, so be worried if you are in this chat wrongly and you're supposed to be in the cadet chat. So, SCP-7052 is butt spoons, the practice of putting spoons in one's rectum. When you put spoons in your rectum, it gives you special ontokinetic powers. We don't know why, we just know it works. We have people who have inserted numerous, there have been numerous anomalous effects depending on the person and the amount of spoons involved. You may gain increased sexual attraction towards spoon people. You may improve your physical and mental abilities. You may heal various wounds, infections, and cancers by putting spoons up your butt. Various ontokinetic effects that will result in the enhancement of luck of the SCP-7052-1's life, such as higher probability of winning lotteries or other chance-based competitions. And then you may also have an improvement in mood. We had a person of our list of known instances. Where are all of the special effects? Yes, we have a test here where a D class put, where was it? Dr. Lorenz, the researcher here, says the D class will enter the room and insert as many spoons as they can into their rectum. At which point, the D class started levitating a meter above the floor, multiple spoons orbiting around him, his eyes glowing and changing colors, and objects around him are being deformed and transformed. The D class then proclaimed, "I have achieved godhood." And it sent spoons flying toward researchers, which skimmed and cut them. An electronic display said that this took place after the D class put 12 spoons up his rectum. So, there you go. That is the weirdest SCP for today. That is 7052. I don't know if it's the weirdest SCP of all time, but it is the weirdest SCP that I thought of today. Water Wolf, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Enjoy your green name, membership badges, and custom SCP emojis. TFC's Animations, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Twinkie Wiener sandwich on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman, hope things are going good. Things are going good. I am well recovered from the Hot Chip Challenge, and we are out on stakeout for another wonderful day of containing the things that go bump in the night to protect the people living their normal lives. Water Wolf, thank you for donating again. I don't know why people would butt all spoons. Yes, actually. It's not like it's anomalous spoons. 7052 is any spoon that you put up there. Okay, and regular Sherm chiming in for a moment. Please don't put spoons up your butt. This is just a creepypasta story on the internet. It's not real. Please do not do this. This is your disclaimer. Ooh, regular Sherman doesn't interrupt the stream very often. I didn't like that. Ooh. Feels weird. Oh, we have 3 729-Js in the chat. Lovely. Great. Everyone loved that. No one was horrified. Quick question, what will happen if we put 682 into 3008? Not he, it. Remember, researcher Ronan Shafir, the 682 entity is an anomaly, not a person. So we use it pronouns. Only it, not he, not she, it. That goes for all SCPs. They are its, not people. So if you put 682 into 3008, number one, we don't know that it has to eat. It might have to eat, but I'm not sure about that actually. But due to its adaptations, it is not likely to be killed by anything that's in the inside the 3008, because the Infinite IKEA is full of what? IKEA furniture, a couple of the IKEA employees, which cannot do any real damage to it. The survivors don't have good weapons. So nothing in there is a threat for 682. It's just going to keep running around, living its infinite life. And because its life is infinite, statistically speaking, it's eventually going to find the doorway out, which will mean it will breach containment. So we're not going. That's why we don't store anomalies in there. It's not a good idea. Gamer, thank you for donating again. Since there's now 2-0, I guess there's now 3 of those things. The chat would be really so bad if we kill 1 or 2 of them. I mean, we do only need 1 for containment purposes. I would not mind getting rid of some of them. But remember, we hit them with a flamethrower and they didn't burn. So they're impervious to something for some reason. Honestly, if we started an extermination log like 682 and tried different things, that could be fun. I might enjoy that. Water Wolf, thank you for donating again. Heard someone say, what about sporks? I do not believe sporks have the same effect as 7052. Thankfully, because that's sharp. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Apparently, the residents of Ravnica don't know about the Sarkics or Mechanites and are calling these things Phyrexians. Thus, I will assume they are of neither GOI and are in fact their own thing. Interesting, interesting. Desk just sent me a notif about this. I'm just waiting for my slow data pad to give me some answers. Oh, okay. Interesting. Presents a faction as such or not. There are planeswalkers who are Phyrexians but do not have Phyrexian creature type. All right, well, these guys look like... Yeah, it looks like these guys would get in a fight with the Sarkics and the Mechanites as a very Terran, Protoss versus Zerg scenario, now that I'm looking at this picture. So, yeah, maybe they'll all just balance each other out. That would be nice. What happens when you're invisible? Can you go into the Peanuts room? Well, remember, 173 does not have eyeballs. It's not seeing in the traditional sense. So that means that it's not seeing if you see it, it just knows somehow. And that means it can find you regardless. So you're still going to be sitting on the scenario where when you look at it, it doesn't move. And then when you aren't looking at it, it's coming for you. Back on my YouTube shorts again, eh? Asteroid, there's no escape from the SCP Foundation. That is known by plenty of people in the anomalous community. What is your opinion on SCP-529, the half-cat, also known as Josie? Josie's nice. I mean, I don't know anybody who could have a negative opinion about 529. Wait, isn't there supposed to be a 729-J prank today? Was that earlier in the stream? Junior Researcher HLG, I've heard tell of some sort of prank happening on Friday, but they only have 5 to 10 minutes left. So unless they're going to do it soon, I think they are failing to deploy. Why are you always doing that thing with the pencil pen? I've been wondering it for a while. Just something to do with your hands, man. I mean, you got hands, and I've got fingers, but I've never seen them thing. And so this is just something to do to keep your hands busy. Josie stole my cheese. I hate her. Hey, Epsilon, be cool. It's not Josie's fault that you left the cheese out. Come on. Why do we have to send a D-class to clean SCP-173's room? If there isn't a good reason, then it's a waste of D-class, and what will happen if we don't clean 173's room? For all we know, it could show something new. Ronan Shafir, remember that SCP-173 is constantly streaming a viscous fluid made up of blood and feces that falls on the ground, and if we did not have a drain and D-class sweeping the crud into the drain, eventually whatever container we put it in will fill and burst, thereby causing 173 to breach. So we have to clean the room. It's imperative. (729-J), thank you for donating again. I'm underneath you in the floor. I don't know, it's a pretty solid floor. That'd be a neat trick. No, we're not doing epic music right now. What if you were in Site 19? Well, Site 19 is just another SCP Foundation site. Yes, they have some of the celebrity researchers. Yes, they have some of the most high-profile anomalies. But they're just another Foundation site like any other. Do your coworkers hear you? Well, Agent Miles, I'm out on stakeout, so right now they don't hear me at all. But, you know, I mean, they probably watch the office hours afterwards, so I'm not saying anything I wouldn't say to anyone's face, trust me. Dr. Sherman, do you know Undertales? I am familiar with the Undertale Deltarune universes tangentially. I've never played the games, but I am familiar with a good deal of the lore. The song in the back right now, SCP-999, is called Amazing Plan by Kevin MacLeod. I got called here, what's the problem, Site 42? Site 19, there are no problems here. We're just having a nice little coffee break. I hope you've got your coffee. Question from a D class, is there an SCP that is breedable? First of all, how did a D class get a cell phone to join this stream? We do not give D class privileges like that, because you know, you're all death row murderers, or homeless people we just didn't like, or clones, or various other people we just pick up for that nasty job. But secondly, we don't fraternize with the anomalies, you weirdo. So, no. The answer is no, outright. How do I drink? I have no mouth. Well, obviously, if you don't have a mouth, you do not need to participate in the beverages. Wait, 729-J is a bunny pillow. Looks at the rainbow peep bunny pillow next to me. Now, don't worry, Waterwolf. They are specifically, it is specifically one singular yellow one. Well, I would say one, but apparently there's multiple in the chat. So this universal situation that we're dealing with, the multiverse, we get all kinds around here, don't we? How was the one chip yesterday? Operative Peterson, you can check the stream yesterday. The VOD is up at exactly the 2-hour mark. The chip happens. Now, you can see as now, reports of my death were exaggerated. I am just fine. I tanked that chip. There's a reason I'm site director. I'm the one in charge. What is that one SCP which is just an eyeball that is really cute? I forget what it's called. You saw nothing. Also, there's multiple of them. You're thinking of the iPods, Dr. Singer. The iPods are SCP-131, and there's 2 of them. Foxpacks & Co., thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a whole pumpkin pie on your way past the commissary. Oh dear, we might need to abandon Freddy's. We just blew up a GOC Abrams. Why did they bring a tank to the pizzeria? What are they doing? What? I don't comprehend. Well, yes, I guess you should pack up and get out of there, and if you're overwhelmed. Otherwise, is there anything we can requisition you guys to maybe hold the site? Because I do not want those anomalies. If they're spawning new anomalies, I don't want them in GOC hands. Orion, in all seriousness, as an artist, discussions about this cool little site inspire me. I love rotating these science fiction concepts in my brain. I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's very fun to go over the database and see all the different kinds of things people come up with. You could write television or movies for decades based on the little episodic treats we have here in the SCP database. Water Wolf, thank you for donating again. What if SCP-729-J can change their color and use it to blend in with plushes and hide in public, and that's why we only know of a few because they didn't show? Well, I've never seen that. We don't have that in our testing logs. God, I hope that's not the case. It's going to make it so much harder to track them down. I wish there was only one. If there's more than one in our world, that's going to be very upsetting. Mind Wolf, thank you for your first donation to the day. Grab yourself a Twix on your way past the commissary. All right, I have got to start getting ready to wrap up the stream. 729-J, thank you for donating again. I can drive that tank. Foxpack, thank you for donating again. None of us understand why. If possible, some anti-tank mines would be appreciated, since I'm sure they will bring more next time. Granted, obviously, we need to stop them from taking another anomaly from us and destroying it. So, request granted. Desk and Clef will arrange the transport. So, before we go, first things first, did you read the Pride SCP from yesterday, which was known as Princess? Anomalously, you can't refer to Princess as anything but Princess, but it is in the SCP-5558 slot on the wiki. So, if you read it, did you enjoy it? I thought it was a pretty good article. I find Princess's situation to be relatable, even as a non-dysphoric person. I can find that feeling of lack of control of your body really relatable in this time where my ankle's injured and I haven't been able to walk or exercise as much. So, you know, I can find that a little bit of relatable content, so that's fair. Checking the chat for any responses to the book club. No, I have not read it, but I would like to read it, although why can you not refer to it as anything but Princess? No, I don't know the answer to that. It's another anomaly, just like me, SCP-426, an anomalous toaster that can only be referred to in the first person. So too can Princess only be referred to as Princess, although it is in the SCP-5558 document slot. Is the Princess SCP called P? Well, Dark Red, yes and no. That symbol, the letter P with the curly Q, that is the symbol pronounced Princess. All right, and all right, so that is our talk about today's anomaly. Desk, don't worry, I'm signing off too, so good luck on your adventure today. Now, today's SCP for the Pride celebration. I'm going with a classic because I had to go really fast today. So your job is to read SCP-6113. This one is a little harrowing as an adventure, but it has a good ending, so we get a little upbeatness for our Pride reading. So 6113 is the anomaly that we can't contain it, and it's the so-called Trans-Lake anomaly. So you guys enjoy that, and we'll talk about it a hair tomorrow at the end of stream. 6113 is your homework. And now, just like we do at the end of every stream, I tell you my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you my favorite SCPs are the ones I wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page and Site42 hub on the SCP Wiki database. And while you are there, you are able to check in on our direct donation sites. You can become a Site42 patron or channel member here. Both have slightly different rewards based on tier because of, you know, Patreon doesn't give you YouTube rewards, so I balance them a little bit. So, and remember, even if you cannot donate directly, as long as you are liking, viewing, and subscribing to Site42, you are a member of Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codename the Signal Boosters. And our duty is to raise the alarm about every SCP Foundation project, game, or film that's coming out so that they can get some support and make bigger and better projects. So, with no further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5175, SCP-5031, SCP-5320, and with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That one is tough read, but it's really good. Lightning Round, 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980. Big content warning on that last one. So, Site-42 staff, I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something today. Be safe, be well, and I will see you in the next anomalous broadcast from Site-42. Catch you later. What am I supposed? No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. Oh, do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no.